Yo, 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 Froggystyles and Mediocre Trader back. We're going to cover a couple stocks. We got AMC, GME, DWAC, HYMC, and SPY. So let's get right into it here real quick. We probably won't be answering any questions. We're just going to go and cover the stocks, and then we're going to go get a couple more to cover. So I'd like to get into all the stocks real quick. So let's pull up the first one. Here's the chart. So instead of showing you the Darkpool numbers and stuff, I'm just going to work off this chart here as a basic. Let me get things set up here real quick. All right, so go check the Darkpool numbers real quick. And we have a net money volume number of 28,400 the day before, 34,000. So they were clearly selling in the Darkpool. And you can kind of see it's reflected that there was selling going on, obviously, at some point here. Question is that a support or not?
That is the question. Will it hold up?
Yeah, we got to try to figure out and see if we're breaking trend or if we're breaking down. I'm going to get rid of a couple of these lines because it doesn't look like we're going to get back up there in short form. So we got two resistance lines to break through. Actually, that one might be no good. All right, so all right, I'm ignoring the first candle with the correction candle. I'm ignoring those just because of it's basically still considered pre-market, even though it's during market. That's the bar coding thing, so I just kind of eliminated it. Same thing with that one there. This is technically the end of the day candle, and you can see here the pattern lines up pretty good. First dip, second dip, there's your C triangle. Now we're going to look and see where it's actually going to pop up to, and that's not very clear. So we're going to use that point, maybe that point, and that point there. So we got a bunch of points lined up. Waiting for it to come back down, hit 1609 roughly, and we're going to see if we can break out of this wedge. This will be your breakout point, 1658. We'll take that back there. And 1709. So the chances of getting up here, probably a little too hard. You got to take small steps, but I think right now it's overbought, so it's definitely coming back down. It's going to pop off that 1612. We're going to see if it will hold. Now let's go out to the 2-hour time frame to confirm it. Obviously, it's oversold, and it might be done going down. I'm not sure if we're on a 2-hour time frame or daily. Daily's looking pretty bad. We're waiting for the blue line to come back in and cross over that orange line. We're not seeing it. So it looks like it needs a lot more time in order for it to find that true bottom. So I'm not saying the downtrend is still coming, but it doesn't look like we found bottom yet. So we might have a little bit further to go. Let's see. Let's actually see if this will hold up over here. If that bottom holds, we'll be good. But if it doesn't, then we're in trouble. But I think it's definitely going to bounce off to the 1612 and see if it will hold as a bottom. Now let's go check the max pain out. Max pain was actually 17 for the calls, 17 for the puts. We finished below that. We brought puts in. So which means Monday, we're going to drop in price.
Yeah.
So that's the unfortunate part. They're going to be covering puts on Monday, possibly Tuesday. So there's a good chance this support might not hold. Hopefully it does, but we'll have to test it and see. Let's go over to GME. Now, right now at GME, I was expecting it to pop back up to here, but it just completely slid off. Let me pull that thing up here. Max pain was at 145. Oh yeah, it did adjust, didn't it? Max pain was right here, the top of it, and the bottom would have been 140, which is down at this line. Actually, I'm going to remove that, pull this down here. So between here and here was max pain. It actually finished below it. What that means is it brought in a big stack of puts, and they'll be covered on Monday. So it's definitely a negative sign. Let me go check the dark pool activity real quick. Looks like they were buying into dark pool, which is a positive. It means there's a chance that that's a support. Chance, not guaranteed. Should be a chance. It's actually a good sign. Usually when they're buying in the dark pool, they expect this to be the bottom or close to it. Such a broken chart. That's not even normal pattern. Like, I don't even know what that is. You see a W here, a little W here, a W here. I don't really know what that means. Real strange look. Very choppy. 1, 2, 3. Oh, well, there's your 3 pumps, but it looks like a straight line. Something's just not right with the way the movement is. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Still weird. Well, technically it's overbought at this point. It's probably going to come back down to this line here, which is a good thing. You want it to establish that bottom at 135.90. Go out to the 2-hour time frame. Looks like it's oversold there too. So what I'm thinking is it's going to come back down and touch this line and possibly make an attempt. Actually, that's probably not right. They'll probably make an attempt to come back up here to 140.13, but depends what them puts do. It might get pulled back first. So, yeah, is there anything you want to add to those two?
Well, the main thing I wanted to add is we probably will see a bit of a pullback, and hopefully our support stands there, because as you'll see later on, the SPY is going to take a hit Monday because of all the puts that came in. But yeah, it's we're in a market slide pretty bad now. So I think it's going to carry into next week. And I just, no reason to panic. Just relax. Let's let it take its course. You know, we should hold up just fine. I don't really see an issue. You know, be proud of what you got. Be positive in what you got. You know, and we should be good. I need DWAC to make a move.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to happen either.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised. It was moving pretty nice. I was expecting a 7-point move. It only did 3, but I mean, the whole market was hit. So I want to say hi to the guys in chat. How you guys doing? We got a couple more stocks we're going to cover, and then we're going to hop out and do probably one more set, I think, and then that'll probably be it for today. So next we're doing DWAC. If you come into the dark pool, check the activity that's going on there. It looks like they were actually buying a little bit of DWAC in the dark pool. Today's total number was 6,700, and that's in thousands. So it's 6.7 million was purchased, and yesterday was 16.8 thousand, and again that's in thousands, so it's 16.8 million. So, or those were sold. So they were actually buying some today. Probably a good dip buy at some point there. Now,
I just don't want people to freak out. I want everybody to just relax, have a good weekend. Don't worry about it. Things are going to be good.
Now, here's the thing about DWAC. They had a big stack of puts sitting at 42.50. You clearly closed below that number, so it brings them in the money. It's not a good sign. That means that probably Monday, most likely Monday, they're going to get smacked a little bit. Now, to where? That's a good question. Could be this point here. It could come all the way back down to 37.83. I hope not. That's the last candle. Won't count that one. We're going to be looking at 38.91 before it bounces. It's overbought right now. There's a good chance it could pull back in short term just because of the options. 2 hours looking like it's going to gold cross first thing Monday. So kind of hoping that's what happens. So you wouldn't have that double touch bottom if that's what happens. You might just pop and break and come back up here to 45. So that's pretty much it with that one, I think.
Yeah.
Not expecting too much fanciness. But getting back up to 45 does seem pretty possible. There's actually another line in there too. Oh, wait, we're already pretty much there. 41. I mean, this might be a head and shoulder.
Let me have a look.
Yeah, it's a head and shoulder.
Could be. Yep.
Just because of the fact that you can see the shoulder here, the head, more shoulder. That means that might be the pattern. On a 2 hour, that shows possible breakout. Yeah, so I think this one's definitely going to pop up and go higher. You got to get above this neckline right here. So we're waiting for it to go back up to 42.69. Once it gets that breakout, I mean, obviously then it's going to go higher. You're still limited based upon volume. You see the blue line here is going to keep tanking down. So it's going to be really tough to hit that 45 without volume. So I would kind of only expect it to hit 42.69 and then kind of maybe dip back a little bit and wait for more volume. But yeah, with them puts and stuff, that's going to definitely hold the stock back.
Pump up the volume.
We got HYMC, which is next.
I was just looking at this one too.
All right, so we got, let me check the max pain real quick on this one before I switch over.
Yeah, was there any puts in the money?
Yeah, there's a small stack, 46 puts, which is not a big deal. What did it do? Finish right at 150. So we can't even count those calls.
No.
So this one too, I don't want to say it's going to get hit much because there's not very many puts. It's oversold right now on a 30-minute for short term. And I'm not sure how this works out to where we get a gold cross prior day. But it does look like it's weakening on a 2-hour. But wait for that 30-minute to pop back in there. So let me pull the rest of that pattern. If I remember right, they were supposed to be done diluting the shares today. Wasn't that what that letter was supposed to be meaning? They were done diluting?
Oh, I never read it. I have it. Jeff sent it to me, but I never got a chance to read it. Did you end up reading it?
No.
Let me read it real quick. Hang on. Give me a second.
We're going to see if this bottom holds right here, where it stays about 150, 151. You needed to pop back up to 164. Once you get that breakout, then you can start running or moving back up. It would be nice to see it get back up over $2, but got to wait for the people to be confident again and not as scared, and they can move back into it. Find anything on it?
I just got it up. I'm reading it. Let me just read it real quick.
It does look like they were selling this stock at the Darkpool, so bottom might not be in. I know that there was something about the 22nd in there, but I can't remember if they were starting the sale of or they were finishing.
Yeah, I'm looking right now.
Terrence says, do you think SPY will bottom at 417? SPY's looking rough. That's the next one we're going to be doing. Corey says, do you think crypto will dump this weekend? Probably. Just because it might not today or tomorrow, but Sunday, I'm pretty sure it's going to get smacked. Well, I'm going to flip over to SPY real quick while he's looking for...
Yeah, go ahead. It doesn't say... for the determination of...
All right, so here's the problem with SPY that I'm seeing. Something drove it down 12 points. And then it obviously went further down in the after hours. So when we're looking at SPY and we're looking at max pain, what would have created a lot of pain is going below 430. We're at 426. So that brought in the 430 puts, 429 puts, 428 puts, and 427 puts. That's not very good. So, in my opinion, I have a hunch that it's going to get smoked Monday. So, it does look like it's beaten down pretty bad now, but with that many puts, it's definitely going to get dropped more. You can see here it's lighting up pink, but I wouldn't feel safe with this one until possibly Wednesday or late Tuesday.
No, I gotta read this crooked.
Let me check the Darkpool real quick. They were actually selling today too, so it's also an extra negative. So that didn't really help much.
So there is an effective date right here.
Terrence says, I hope we hold the 424. Well, the problem is that I don't think there's any chance of holding that 424 just because of them puts. They're going to drive the price down. So once they start covering them, it's going to be a real ugly Monday. A lot of stocks are going to be down too. What'd you end up finding?
So I'll read it real quick. It says Hycroft is amending its certificate of incorporation to increase the number of authorized. Hold on, I gotta move it. It's the way I have it, it's crooked. The way it was sent to me, I'm sorry. To increase the number of authorized shares of Hycroft common stock, 1 million to 1,000,004. This amendment is to certificate of incorporation is reflected in Annex A to this information statement. The amendment to the certificate of incorporation will become effective on April 22nd, 2022. So that's today.
So that means they haven't even started diluting the shares yet.
Exactly.
That sucks.
But it went into play today.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's crooked, guys. I couldn't read it very well.
That's pretty much everything in a nutshell for those 5 stocks. We'll do one more video. We're going to cover BBIG, BBIG, ATER, MULN, and Sundial. So catch us in the next one, guys. We're going to drop 5 more stocks, and then we'll call it a night. So thank you guys for coming, and peace.
Good night.